Hello everyone and welcome back to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. Thank you for your love, for your support. If you are new to the channel, you are highly and very welcome. If you have not subscribed, please, I would appreciate if you hit on the subscribe button and then hit on the bell on the side to get an update whenever I upload a new video. Okay guys, so in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to properly pad a princess that's bustier blouse to get a beautiful effect. So if you are new to the channel, you are highly and very welcome. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. And then if you find this video helpful, please, I would appreciate if you hit on the like button. It actually takes nothing for you to hit on the like button of this video, so just go ahead right now and just hit on the like button. And then if you want to register for my online classes, you can just see my number scrolling through the screen. You can send me a message on WhatsApp. I'll give you the details of the classes we have presently available, and then you can follow me on all of my social media platforms: Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, all at Stylish Naija. Okay guys, so now let's get started. So I'm going to turn my camera back to the table and then show you the materials, the basic materials that you actually need to pad a princess that bustier perfectly well. Okay guys, so these are the materials that we are going to be needing to pad this princess that bustier. So I'll show you the basic material. Before then, these are all of my fabrics. So this is the front piece. So I've cut out, you cut out the same lining with the fabric. This is the center part. So for the back part, if you notice, I've not added the dart on it. So it's always easier for me. After everything, then I'll place my pattern and then cut along the dart lines. So that's what I usually do. So these are the basic materials. So you see what I have here. I have hairstay. So this is called hairstay in my area. So for some people, they call it a stiff. You understand? They call this a stiff. And then I have a paper gum. So this one is called the paper gum. You can use, if you notice, it is different. This is paper gum, and then this is gum stay. So both of them, they are kind of like a little bit different. So you can use gum stay or you can use the paper gum. It's okay. So this paper gum is what I'm going to iron on my lining. I'll iron this on the lining. So what I'm going to do now, get all of my linings out. So this is the main fabric, so I'll take this out. I'll cut it exactly like this, and then I'll iron on the lining piece. And then the hairstay, I'll iron on the fabric, on my actual fabric. So I'll place them and then cut it out. So I'll show you how I will do that. And then what I have here, this is called a chest pad. Some places they call it wadding. So it depends on the texture. So this actually comes in different texture. So mine, what I have here is like this is like the medium one. So it depends on how much pad you want to achieve. So that is what, if you want something that is a little bit big, you know, there are some customers, they actually don't like much pad on their dresses. So you can decide to make use of this medium one. But if it is those people that are not busty, that don't like, that want pad, you can use there's a thicker one of this. You can actually make use of that. So I'm going to be making use of this one. So I'll double it. So I'll show you. So I'll show you how to achieve this one on the chest area. So the next thing I'm going to do now, let me cut out all of the other flat pieces. I'll cut out all of the hairstay and then the gum stay. And then I'll come back and show you how we're going to achieve this one, which is like the main piece of this tutorial for the chest side. So I'm done now with the lining piece now with my paper gum. So the next thing, I'm going to cut out the hairstay. So I'll use the same process and cut it out on the main fabric. Okay guys, so I've finished cutting out my hairstay on my actual fabric. So now we're coming to the main part of this tutorial now, which is our the parts that's for the chest part that we're going to pad. So I'm just going to fold this. I'll fold this like this, and then we're going to mark. I'm trying to get my chalk. Okay, so you know that our bust point we used, so you place this like this here. So you remember that our start up line, so I added that extra allowance there, that starting line. So our bust point was 11, and then 16 for our under bust. So I'll mark it like this. Make sure that I mark it because I need these points. They are like key points. You don't want to miss them. If not, so I'll open this up now, and then I'm going to rule that line. I'm just going to rule it straight like this here. So I have it here already, and then I'll come to this one now. That's the side seam, the side ones rather, and then I'll place it like this also, and then I'll mark. So this you can actually do this during the process of adding, so you can see it. You see this, it entered the middle, and then this is on the under bust part, so that just makes it perfect. So you make sure you mark them, and then I'll mark it on the both sides. So the next thing we're going to do now, I'm going to cut out my chest part for this. So for my chest part, I'm going to fold this into two. And then I'll fold this like this also. And then I'm going to place it. So I want you to note, so this chest part, I'm not going to allow it to run to the chest, to run too much to the chest part, because most times once you do that, it's going to give you problems. So I'm just going to move it a little bit away from the chest part, so you can see I have something like 1.5 inch above, and then the one on the under bust, I'm just going to put like a quarter of an inch here. That's on the down part. I don't want it to exceed, to come down, so I'm going to cut this like this. This one is for the under bust part. I'll cut this like this, so I just have a little bit of extra. And then the one on the chest part, the top part, that one came up by about 1.5 inch, which is just perfect for me. So I'm going to open it up now for you to see how it's going to look like. So you open this up, and then make sure you check it before you continue again. So you can see. So you can see, it's taking all over the whole area, which is just perfect for me. This is just perfect. So I'm going to cut out two pieces of this so I can double it, and then I'm going to cut out the one for the side now. So for the side, I'm going to fold my wording again. So for this, most times when doing this, you really don't want to cut out what is too big. So I'll place it like this. This is what I usually do. I'm going to place it, and then note on this part. So for this chest part, I don't want it to come up too much, so I'm going to use the same about 1.5 inch to 2 inches upwards. For that also, I'll place it like this, so I have that extra. And then for the one for the down part, I'm just going to come down a little bit also with about half of an inch. So I'll mark it. I don't want it to be too big. And then the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut. So most times this I usually don't mark. I will just cut like this. So once I cut it like this, I already have the gauge, and then this part I will take it up straight. So once I've cut out this part like this, the next thing, this one, you don't want it to go into the side seam, because once it gets into the side seam, you're going to have problem. So most times I'm going to stop it here like this, just like when you are doing like a corset cup. So I just mark this like this on this part, and then this I would I will mark like this. So once you do this, if it goes to the side, you are going to have problem when you stitch. After stitching, you find out that it's going to be folding, and then it's going to be giving that dress one kind of issue that you will not even know where the problem is coming from. So I'm going to cut this like this now. So I have the one for my side seam. So if you want to double it, I'll just place this and then double it together. So I'm going to go ahead and cut all of them out, and then I'll show you guys. Okay guys, so you can see, so I finished cutting. So you can see how it is looking. So you see the structure on it. So the next thing is just for me to take them to my ironing table, and then I'll iron all of the pieces, and then I'll bring it back and show you how they look like. So these are all of the materials you need and how to cut them, how to achieve it. So the distance between these 2 points, in case, since I did not measure, I did not, so you can see, so I came in just about like 6 inches, which is okay. So that's the measurement used for it, as in, don't, but make sure don't even get to this part. Okay. Okay guys, so you can see I finished padding all of my pieces, so you can see how it looks like here. So you can see them. See, they are looking really firm and okay. And then this is the center piece. So this is the middle piece. So you can see how it is looking. So any excess that you have, you just open this up and then you trim out. And then after trimming, there's something that I usually do. I'll make sure that the center part of my pieces, that's my piece, I'll make sure I'll measure it back and then check, make sure, and then this part of my bust point, I'll notch it, and then the under bust area also, I will go ahead and then I will notch it also. After notching it, and then I'll make sure I'll measure here to make sure that the center piece, that's the bust span, is the same. You understand? For instance, like my bust span, if I'm using 9 inches, so I'm going to make sure that when I'm stitching now, I'll stitch on this line, because if I stitch it anything outside of this line, it's not going to align properly, and it will make the bust span not to have shape. So you make sure you check all of these things before you go ahead and stitch. So most times the way I normally stitch when I'm doing a princess, that when I want to stitch, I'll stitch it from the down. That's how I usually stitch. I'll stitch it, and then this one also, I'll notch the up point here also. So as I'm stitching, once I get to this point, I'll just stitch it and then bring it to the top part. So guys, this is how I actually pad my princess dart bust here. So guys, if you find this video helpful, please, I would appreciate if you hit on the like button, and if you have not subscribed to Stylish Naija YouTube channel already, please subscribe. If you have any question, you can drop your questions on the comment section. Thank you so much. I will see you in my next video. Bye.